The Taoist philosophy of doing without doing teaches us that instead of forcing things or striving for control, we should align ourselves with the natural flow of life. Effortlessly allowing things to unfold can lead to greater harmony and peace. Let's embrace life as it is, let go of unnecessary desires, and find contentment in simply being present, trusting that the universe will guide us. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons so we have more motivation to share more useful knowledge for self-growth every day. That's why the wise soul does without doing, teaches without talking. The things of this world exist. They are. You can't refuse them. To bear and not to own. To act and not lay claim. To do the work and let it go. For just letting it go is what makes it stay. From Ursula Le Guin's. Have you ever pondered the meaning of doing? Doing typically refers to effort, achievement, and action. It suggests that there is an active doer and a passive recipient or task. But is this truly the case? Is there a clear divide between the one who acts and the thing being acted upon? Or could it be that what we consider the doer and the done are actually intertwined, part of the same whole? Ancient Taoist teachings invite us to reconsider how we view action and inaction. At the heart of Taoism is the concept of Tao, a universal force from which everything flows. This perspective tells us that everything is connected, and what seems like separate actions or individual efforts is actually part of a larger cosmic rhythm. From this viewpoint, even when we stop doing, the universe continues to flow. Tao is the natural progression of life, an unfolding that doesn't require control or force. In this flow, it's unclear who or what is truly the doer, as all is happening simultaneously. Our lives flow with ease when we align with Tao. But when we resist, life becomes a struggle. When we focus only on effort and strive endlessly, we might be swimming against the current. So, what if doing isn't always necessary? What if many of our actions drain our time and energy unnecessarily? What if we could take a more effortless route by following the natural flow? The Taoist view teaches us that everything is interconnected, with no central force governing the whole. The mind might seem to lead the body, but the mind itself is shaped by its environment. Without one, the other cannot exist. Just as flowers cannot thrive without bees, we cannot exist without the world we perceive. The relationship between humans and the environment is interdependent, reflecting the Tao's seamless, natural flow. Although we often perceive ourselves as separate from our surroundings, we are still deeply connected to them. We rely on the ground beneath us, food to nourish us, and air to breathe. Take our breath. For instance, it's something we can control when we pay attention to it. Yet most of the time, it just happens on its own. We cannot live without breath, and breath cannot exist without us. So, who is the doer, and who is the one being done to? This interdependent system shows us that nothing can arise without its opposite. These opposites, attraction and repulsion, influence and being influenced, continuously move around a central point, merging and separating, part of one grand organism, one unfolding event. This dynamic flow is the Tao, the essence of the universe in motion. As much as we are human, we are also the universe. Is a drop of water truly a drop? Or is it the ocean itself? When the ocean waves, is it the drops that make the waves, or the ocean as a whole? As the philosopher Wei Wu Wei, Terence James Stannis Gray, wisely said, we are products of our circumstances. The play decides our role. The environment shapes us, not the other way around. As long as there's a you doing or not doing, thinking or not thinking, meditating or not meditating, you're no closer to your true nature than the day you were born. We are not only part of the universe, but we also are the universe, and the universe follows its own rhythm. Like a river, the Tao flows at its own pace, naturally and without force. To understand the Tao is to become aware of the flow of life. Once we're in tune with it, we can flow effortlessly, allowing life to carry us instead of trying to carry life ourselves. However, this is not how most people live. When we force things, we eventually lose strength. This is not the way of the Tao. The Tao embodies natural order. It doesn't impose, but allows things to unfold as they are meant to. When we follow this flow, everything falls into place. Yet, in our culture, this passive and accepting approach is not encouraged. We are told to strive constantly, to never rest, to make things happen rather than letting them come to us. We believe that progress and change come only through relentless action, and that, if we let nature take its course, everything will fall apart. But this need for control only leads us to fight battles we cannot win, to build sandcastles in the surf. We exhaust ourselves against the tide, sailing against the wind. Take aging, for instance. We can fight it by undergoing surgery, using anti-aging creams, or dyeing our hair. But no one has ever escaped the inevitable decay of the body, except those who die young. Like apples, we grow, we ripen, and we eventually break down. How much energy do we waste trying to resist this natural part of life? How much energy could we conserve if we stopped seeing aging as a battle to be won and allowed change to unfold naturally? The same principle applies to time. What is gone, and what lies ahead is still ahead. Holding tightly to the past, clinging to moments that have already passed, we fail to notice the present unfolding before us. In our effort to preserve the unpreservable, we miss what is happening now. In this way, we act, but nothing truly gets done. The challenge with resisting the flow of life is that we are, in fact, already part of it. No matter how hard we hold on to something, be it a rock or a branch, or how fiercely we fight against the current, the river still moves us in its own direction, whether we want it to or not. This is inevitable. Yet, for some reason, we tend to see struggling against life's flow as normal. We believe that the path of most resistance is worth respect, even when the outcomes are uncertain. But just because something is considered normal doesn't mean it's good, and not everything that's good is considered normal. Sometimes, the wisest choice is not to follow the crowd, especially if their actions lead nowhere. So what should we do instead? Embrace the natural balance. Being and non-being, difficulty and ease, long and short, high and low, all are interconnected and complementary, each defining the other, always flowing together in harmony. The master acts without effort and teaches without speaking a word. She allows things to come her way without resistance and lets them go when the time is right. The essence of doing without doing lies in accomplishing tasks effortlessly. It is about allowing nature to take its course without trying to control or force anything. Instead of intervening, we delegate. Instead of pushing, we allow. The more we allow, the more harmony and order emerge, for the flow of nature is already in order in itself. Our attempts to control or force things only disrupt this natural flow. When we are too busy grasping, we close ourselves off from the things coming our way. It is like a fisherman trying to catch fish by chasing them. His impatience drives them away. But if he is patient, the fish may come to him. Doing without doing is the art of the shortcut, the effortless path. As Ellen Watts wisely said, it is the art of using each situation to our advantage. To achieve this, we must first reach a state of stillness. By stepping back and observing, we let the dust settle and create space for the world to unfold naturally. Instead of overthinking and forcing solutions, we relax and allow insights to arise on their own. In stillness, we become more adaptable to the situation at hand, observing rather than reacting, letting life flow effortlessly. Adaptability and flexibility are essential if we seek the easy path, for every situation presents its own mix of advantages, challenges, and opportunities. Take, for example, when you're confined at home. The easy way isn't to struggle with what you cannot do, but to focus on tasks within your reach, in and around your home. Similarly, when stuck in traffic in an unfamiliar place, instead of trying to control the situation or impose your will, the easiest way is to go with the flow, allowing the situation to guide you rather than forcing it. The key lies in understanding the natural course of things, like a sailor who knows how to use the wind to his advantage. Those who ride the wave can often find quick, effortless success. This is why many seize trends or crises, which can act as a helpful tailwind. The art of doing without doing is about achieving the best results with the least amount of energy. Yet, it's important to remember that the easy way isn't always the best way, especially when it comes to ethics. Doing without doing means becoming receptive to nature's flow, allowing it to carry us to where we are meant to be. Just as with sleep or creativity, we cannot force these things. But when we create the right conditions, they naturally happen. This way requires trust that despite our inactivity, change will come, for change is the essence of nature. When we stop resisting, we allow the universe to unfold in its own perfect timing. As Lao Tzu wisely said, when you arrive at non-action, nothing will be left undone. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to continue receiving content that challenges and nourishes both the mind and soul. We'd love to hear your thoughts or questions in the comment section below. Until next time, may you stay wise, stay stoic, and continue your pursuit of a life filled with purpose, balance, and peace.